Hey guys, welcome to a video that I've been waiting to do for a very long time. The character rankings. Now, I'm going to have the same, if you're not familiar with my character rankings, I have a twist with them. And this twist is we're going to classify each character into 5 categories. Mother, sister, daughter, waifu, or friend. Now, I want to specify these are strictly the Megadimension versions. When making this list, I had troubles because there were some characters that were acted drastically different in this game than they did in previous ones. And so, instead of doing an overall character rankings, which I will do, I think it'll be better to do that in Megadimension since all the CPUs are there. And they're really the main ones I want to rank, in a ranking video. I'm including more characters in here. But for this one, it's strictly going to be Megadimension, so I can strictly look at what they did in this game. Okay? And as always, this is just my opinion. You shouldn't take this as fact. And please, I know there might be some things you might not want to hear. I'm sorry in advance, alright? But I have to say them in order to do an accurate character ranking. So, but before we do that, I gotta talk about Afimojas and SteamX. They are given the honorary bro categories, alright? In the sense that these two, they were funny, they were awesome, and when they weren't being villains, they were absolutely cool and, backing up the team. So, I would like to see them again. And, I'm giving them that bro category, I wanted to rank them with the others, but after a while, I just said, you know what? I'm just going to put them off to the side. They're the bros, alright? So, you go Afimojas and SteamX. Now, at number 16, this may surprise you, may not. I have to put Vert. And here's the reason why. Vert's actions, I was looking at all the characters and I was saying, I like Vert. I really like Vert in previous games, but in this game, out of every character that's in the game, I disapproved of her actions the least. Or the most, sorry. So I had to put her low. Because, for that reason alone, it doesn't matter how much I liked her other qualities. Other characters' actions I did not like as much as Vert. Well, there is Arthur, but I'm not including the DLC characters in this. Because I'm just wanting to focus on the core game. But yeah. So, that's Vert. And I would want to have her as a friend. And I would try to work with her on, Nepgear. I would consider being her sibling and for her to be my sister, but I don't know. Something tells me that might be a dangerous scenario. So yeah, that's Vert. Now above Vert is Asha. Now Asha also had actions that I disapproved of. For example, those 1 million ram pigs that were soldiers. That was never solved. That was never addressed. I would like to for that to have been addressed. I know she did this all for Geisha, but which by the way, I don't have Geisha in this because there really wasn't too much to talk about her character. Although I do like Geisha a lot. She's probably my favorite Gold 3rd member. I just thought it would be best not to put her in here. But yeah, Asha, and also when it comes to her personality, I really like self-sacrifice. Asha, I mean, she does say at one point, you don't need a reason to help people. At the same time, her past actions shouldn't define who she is now, yes, but I just feel like I need it more to like Asha more. So, and plus she's just not interested. But yeah, I'm sorry to all the Asha fans out there, but she's number 15 for me. Now number 14 is actually Geisha. If you remember, Geisha was actually below Asha. And there was a huge gap before. But that's because I really need to be convinced that Geisha's yandere days are over. While I do enjoy having her around now, it's not enough to counterbalance what she did in the past. I know it was Kurumi's fault. But I'm just saying, as far as her character overall, it's just, there are actions that she did that I disapproved of still. And none of the other characters did that. So when I have to rank them, I had to put her at this level. Oh, and I forgot. For Asha, I would consider her a friend because I don't really think any other role would fit her because she would just not be interested. With Geisha, I think, Geisha is an interesting one. I think, actually, I'm gonna say friend for Geisha too. Yeah, because I don't know how else I would interact with Geisha if she was. She says she doesn't want to be close friends, but she could just be friends in her bonus lines or whatever. Just keep Geisha as a friend. All right. But coming in at number 13, we have Ram. Now, in the previous character rankings I did, I said I disproved of what Ram did. I really did not like Ram from what she did in Rebirth 2. When Nepgear was trying to gather the candidates, Ram was trying to prevent her from doing that. Ram wanted to go. But in this game, Ram did absolutely nothing wrong that I saw. I was completely fine with Ram. Now, it didn't make me like her that much. Like, she didn't really do anything like have some excellent character progression or anything like that. So that's why she's at the ranking that she is. But I have absolutely no problems with Ram. Ram and everybody above this list, I have no problems with. So of course, and I forgot, Ram, daughter. I would want to control Ram. I can't. Yes, you could be friends with somebody as young as Ram. I just feel like it would be better suited if she was in the daughter role. Okay. Which is why I even have daughter as an option. Ram is number 12. And Ram, I have no problems with Ram, but I like Ram better than Ram. You know, anytime something, you don't want to hurt Ram, she's your little precious. So she has to be in the daughter category as well. But again, Ram never did anything that, really makes me like her. It's not that I feel like I hope I'm getting across the point. I don't hate, it's not like I hate them. It's just there are characters that have other qualities that I like more. Which we come to an interesting one, 11, Beitia. Look, Beitia was a rival, okay? Beitia is different from Arthur in the sense that it's not that I got triggered at the money stuff, yes I did, but I also kind of found it funny. Beitia, at the end of the day, she's, a person for the kids. She was taking over Neptune and doing her best to do so. And she was, when she broke down when Neptune joked around about, unless, Beitia stealing her nation, Beitia, she was about to cry. She was like, I'm so sorry, that's not what I wanted. I couldn't hate Beitia after that. I find Beitia quite hilarious. So, yeah, she easily gets that number 11 spot. And Beitia, probably a friend for Beitia, because if Beisha's your friend, I feel like she can get me some good deals, you know what I'm saying? She might try to rip me off. As long as you get the receipt, I learned that from shows watching as a kid. Get that receipt and you'll be fine. So, anyways, yeah. Despite what people may think, I actually really like Beitia. So, coming in at number 10, we have Compa. Now, Compa's ranking went down from my previous ranking list. And that's because when I thought about it, IF and Compa didn't really do much in this game. If I'm thinking about the roles that everybody had, they were quite minor. And I said that in the video you guys should have seen, or I uploaded before this. My overall thoughts of the game, IF and Compa didn't do that much. So I can't really rank them that high just based off of my, what I liked about them in the past. So, and it's actually because of but I still did because they're above other characters. Because Compa was still Compa, and it still had her funny moments. So Compa earned her number 10 spot based off of that. And she would be the mother category. I mean, Compa would be an awesome mother. Alright? She would take care of you, do everything, cook for you. Compa would be a great mother, I feel. As long as, yeah. And at number 9, there you have IF. Who was in a waifu category, which I will still keep her there. I think I'm going to change something else. But IF was one of my only waifu candidates. One of the two in the previous ranking. And again, she just didn't really do much. I feel like IF's role as a guild agent could have been utilized better. I mean, it was in Neptune's art, sort of. But that's really it. In the grand scheme of things, she didn't really contribute that much. I hate that, but she has her own game, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, for that reason, I have to put IF that low. We're in number 8, I have Histoire. And for Histoire is Histoire. She's pretty much that consistent constant. So because Histoire kept her character, that's why she's above IF and Compa. And also, Histoire always has a big part to play. And I wish she had the 3, when she did the 3 days with her fingers. I wish she did that more often. But yeah, Histoire is funny, and I like Histoire just because, you know, she keeps help the craziness down, I guess, and keeps grounded in reality. It looks after Planetune, and she also has her sneaky moments. Like, Histoire was responsible for the processors, which makes you think about some things. And then when she was talking about Warachu, about how Compa's going to be working at the Basilicom, and when she showed those pictures to Affimodus and Steamax, Histoire, I'm going to have to watch her. But yeah, for those reasons, Histoire gets her number 8 spot. And Histoire, I think, it's a toss-up between a mother and a friend, because I think Histoire would probably be a good mother personality-wise, but she's tiny, so, you know, I might want her as a friend. So I'm gonna put that, you know, toss-up between mother and friend. Now at number 7, we have Uni. Huge difference than the previous rankings. In the previous rankings, she was just above Ram. And the reason why that was the case is because I didn't like Uni and Nepgear's relationship. Alright? Because Uni was originally, once the beginning was great. The beginning was fantastic. They just hit it off immediately. Then once Uni learned that Nepgear went on the mission and she didn't, then that caused clash. And then all of a sudden, from that point on, Uni became tsundere. From that point on, you guys realize that? It's because she resented Nepgear, but at the same time, she still wanted to be friends with her. So, but because of that, like, Nepgear did nothing wrong to Uni. It just didn't seem the same kind of balance as Neptune and Noir, who constantly get on each other's, well, not get on each other's nerves, but, you know, constantly poke fun at each other. So, for that reason, I put Uni so low initially. In this game, oh no! Uni, when Kurumi showed up as Uzume, Nepgear was crying. Uni was there for her. Uni was there for her when she pointed her gun at Uzume and said some things about her. We won't go into that, but Uni got some. Oh, and not to mention when she saved Noir and sacrificing herself for Noir. I told you, self-sacrifice. That's one of the huge things for me, and Uni was all about that this game. Uni improved so much, so I gotta give Uni her props. She gets that number 7 spot. All right, and Uni, it would be a friend, because I still see her as a little sister, you know. So couldn't actually be that, and plus I could go sister route myself, but she's still a tsundere. All right, I don't want a tsundere as a sister. You guys may, but I don't. So, and number 6, we have Blonde, who also showed some. Blonde kept in her anger. The defining moment for me was when Blonde was having the conversation with Sita, and Blonde kept her anger in. She was just listening to Sita's side, and she was very reasonable about her approach to everything. Not to mention Blonde's relationship with Ram and Ram, seeing that fully fleshed out in a game finally. Blonde was like, I like Blonde, and which is why I was excited for her game in the first place. And I really wanted to see, you know, how Blonde writes books and things like that. We'll get into that. But without a doubt, Blonde, she's ironically still at the same spot, number 6. Because Blonde didn't really change that much. So, go Blonde. Now at number 5, you may have just heard me talk about it and go, wait a minute, you didn't say her yet. Yeah, I didn't. Sita's above Blonde. Alright, look. Sita is my type. Alright, so I'm already gonna. She's another waifu candidate, alright? I'm just saying. But not to mention, when I found out that she was leaking out the whatever that stuff was that caused the monsters to go crazy, and she was trying to go out in the, go out of the weed, try to take care of it so people didn't get hurt and everything. And then when she was trying to look after Blonde, even though that guy knew her secret, Sita was just all around had a good qualities for me. And plus, at the end of the day, it came to the fact that I liked her more than Blonde. And also her representation. She represents Capcom, which is a section of the Nintendo games that I really liked. So I just had to go for Sita. She was number 5, and because she's a waifu candidate, that also puts her above Blonde. Because did I mention Blonde was gonna be a friend? If I didn't mention that, I feel like I didn't. Whoops. Well, if I didn't, Blonde's a friend and Sita's waifu. So, but here we go. Here's one I know you guys have been waiting for. Adult Neptune. Okay, let's talk about Adult Neptune. Alright. Adult Neptune won me over so much, alright? Here's why I didn't put her. Now here's the thing, alright? I find Adult Neptune to be hotter than Noir, alright? I'm saying that right now. She's hotter than Noir, alright? She can win. She can make me. I don't have the same reaction I do when I see Adult Neptune when I see Noir, alright? I just don't, alright? Here's the reason I don't put her above Noir, because Noir is still all about that self-sacrifice. Like I said, that's mainly the aspect I'm looking at. Adult Neptune could have had a moment like that, and she did do some stuff. She did put herself in harm's way for everybody else, but I still feel like Noir as a whole, not just the previous games, but also in this game, she just represents what I want more. I mean, Adult Neptune can kind of. It was complicated. It was complicated, but make no mistake, Adult Neptune is there. I liked her a lot. Okay, I did. She's obviously a waifu candidate. Okay, I would. Oh my gosh. See that? Here's the thing. I think also with Adult Neptune, I was worried that she was too. Her looks were drawing. Her looks and her person. Her attractiveness was luring me over. I said she's a succubus, okay? I think that that person that fits.
Me? My name's Neptune.
Whoa, blah, 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 whoa. This is so weird.
With her, okay? I think if you put any type of. Her personality is such that I just think. It's hard to put into words, alright? But I'm confident in saying that I do think she is below Noir for me. Because at the end of the day, if I had to choose, if I wanted Adult Neptune Noir in another game, I would choose Noir. So, with that said, Noir is at number 3. And Noir is also a waifu candidate. Now, if you're new or hadn't seen it, I made a video that was very popular. It was one of my most popular videos at one point in time, about the different versions of Noir. A lot of people told me they didn't like Noir, and I thought that it was the blue Noir that they were talking about. In other words, the Victory/Rebirth 3 version. It was very selfish and a jerk, and like, if you talk to Naru, he has some reasons why he thinks that's the case, but my thing is, it doesn't matter what the case was, she still did it. So, that made me dislike her. Whereas the Noir we have in Megadimension was so selfless, looking after her soldiers, still befriending Geisha despite what she did, and Noir actually has a huge heart. All right, she works the hardest for her nation, I feel, because that's why she's always alone, because she's working so hard. Noir is Noir. She didn't change, and I was happy that what I said in that video in the different versions of Noir held true to this one, and that there really is a difference between the Ultra Dimension Noir and the Hyper Dimension Noir. They are different. So, with that, Noir easily number 3. Now, above here, we have Nepgear. And this is what made me realize, when I did my character rankings, that something was wrong. Nepgear is not a waifu candidate, despite being above Noir. Alright? She's a sister candidate, actually. And that's because that's what I look at as Nepgear. I look at her as a member of the family, as a sister. That's why all this entire time, whenever Nepgear had fan service, it's not like I thought she was, it's not like I wasn't attracted. It's just, I always look at Nepgear as the younger sister, the one to take care of, the one that I don't want to look at in that way. Because I have my own little sister, and, I don't if you look at somebody as a sister, you don't look at them in that way, alright? So, but Nepgear still maintained the same exact qualities that I liked about her. Arguably the kindest person in the game. And this time she went above and beyond to save Uzume from all kinds of trouble, tribulations, even staying behind when she had her only way home left. Like, you guys know Nepgear, alright? So, without a doubt, Nepgear is number 2, and it'll be very hard to take that spot away from her. Coming in at number 1 is Neptune, and I really don't know if I can call it number 1, because, look, Neptune is Neptune. Neptune is the reason I got into the series in the first place, and Neptune is also a sister category, which is another reason of why I was thinking something was wrong with my last character rankings, and the reason why I wasn't attracted to Neptune in the first place, Purple Heart included, because I was looking at Neptune as a whole as a sister. Alright? So, and that's why I hadn't reacted in the beginning a lot, because I look at them as sisters. Because to me, they're family. They're the second consoles. That's just how it should be, Plus, I can't really see Neptune being a waifu. Purple Heart maybe, but Purple Heart is Neptune. You can't separate the personalities by themselves, and I just think they will be more interesting as sisters. So, definitely, that's my whole thing about Neptune. But notice, there's somebody I haven't said that you guys know needs to be in here. I'm actually going to have a 0.5, and that's going to be Kurumi. Because people want it, I imagine people wanted me to rank Kurumi differently than the others. Kurumi is the Dreamcast. She is Uzume. And so she is above every single other character in this list. Alright, I don't care. I'm biased. I'm heavily biased. I don't care. Alright? But Kurumi, I would consider her the same as Uzume. But one must be the top. And so number 0 in the Bay category, the untouchable category, is Uzume Tanoboshi. Look, do I really need to tell you guys why I have her as number 1? Uzume! Yo! Hold up, no, we gotta... Okay, Noir, I love you, and I haven't seen much of this girl, but... Do we have a new favorite already?
I'm totally surprised at the coincidence, and both Uzume and her new pal totally won't be able to believe it,
Do I really need to do it? I could say watch my playthrough, but I'm gonna go ahead and say every single thing about Uzume's character I like. Every single thing. I couldn't, I'm not exaggerating like this. Some people were saying that Uzume was I think the goat, I don't want to say savage, but I mean, she has some savagery to her, and I like savagery. That's why I said I like it when, girls eat a lot, or when, they curse a lot, or something look, but mainly Uzume's heart. That's the best. Orange heart. Alright. The CPU is all about the hearts, and I feel like Uzume has the biggest one. out of every, even Nepgear, which was hard for me to, which was hard to see, but it's most likely because of her conditions growing up. She was born in an apocalyptic world. You kind of need to be, you know, if you're a leader, you gotta have that big heart. But still, it doesn't matter how she got it. It's that she is that way now. Uzume, she's bae, all right. She is the one that you can't categorize. You can't touch her. The others may have been waifu candidates, but that's why I said candidates, and that's why I said waifu. There is only one bae, and you can't replace her. All right. If you want a more detailed explanation, and you hadn't seen my playthrough, I would really suggest you watch the playthrough. All right, because it started off as I didn't know her, and I grew to she became my favorite character. She beat Neptune. Neptune was my original number 1. Nepgear was my original number 2. I didn't think anybody would beat them. But do I think her console had a lot to do with it? It may have had a small thing to do with it in the beginning, because that's what got me excited. But then once I knew her, because I wasn't putting her, I was debating over if I would even put her above Noir at first. But once I knew her heart, her backstory, and everything, she had to be number 1, or she had to be the bae category, the untouchable. And because Kurumi is her as well, just a darker version, she gets the 0.5 as well. But in addition, I just like Kurumi as a villain. She's my favorite villain in the series by far. The actions that she did, I already explained it in the last video, but yeah. Oh, and as far as what Kurumi would be, she is bae. Kurumi is bae, alright? I consider them the same, they are the same person, just one went down a different path, and I would work with Kurumi to help her. I was hoping the game would go there like it did with R4 in Rebirth 1, Array in Rebirth 3, but, oh well. Anywho. So yeah, there is my character rankings. I thought I was going really quickly and not giving too much of an explanation, yet I'm at 26 minutes. Well, I guess, you know, it's not, even if I did 2 minutes for each person, it would take a long time. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say about this list. And when Megadimension comes out, I think a more comprehensive list over all the characters, it'll be a lot easier to do that one, because the vert in Megadimension is the vert that I have known for a while. So, and people have already said that Plutia is apparently better in that game too. So, we'll see. I have not seen her yet, or Pishi, or Bae. Regardless, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Post them down in the comments below. And if this is the last video that I do on Megadimension, and I will see you guys in Megadimension Blonde plus Neptune versus Zombies.